Welcome to another replay review. And this time we have a bit weird matchup here from Hafnit Esports. They're basically running 4 basic attack oriented gods with plus Fafnir against overall control oriented and pick oriented team comp with a setup CC and kill potential, which we will see both come into play. Main reason because we lost the game for Square Sword here. The opponents did not get counted enough. I will go over the early stages of the game relatively quick, and then get much deeper into the what happened in the team fights, because objective control and team fights were partly really sloppy and unfortunate for the most part. What we have here is 1-2-2 setup for both teams. That the support is not in mid lane should probably be the call for a killer not to go for the backups, which is the safer call if you're in the 1v2 situation. But being in a 1v1, giving up basically the first wave. And at the latest point where Fafnir gets spotted, there's not to expect, especially if everybody is shown on the map, that there will be in contention, so we're losing some minions here. No XP though, so slight advantage. Early orange steal, and now contention on the mid camps. Should get stolen away. Get both. So that's a slightest early advantage. Not even really counting. I think we just did these small ones. We have now opposing team on the left side jungle, stealing a red buff, does not get contested. Hui is really far away from contesting it, so giving it up it's okay at that point. What shouldn't happen, what will happen here in a few, also Osiris stealing away his blue buff from the opposing team. After red buff is done, and we're getting ourselves a first blood here. Early rotation, nobody could spot it. It probably was called. Push was pretty hard. Getting punished for first blood here, so we're losing pressure about the whole left side jungle here. For one back camp early. Maybe it wasn't the fault of getting the back camp at the beginning, but yeah. Unfortunate blue buff steal, we got the orange. So orange control remains ours, which is the most important buff for sure. But XP wise, we're slightly behind. Gold wise, Hafnet. XP wise, we're actually ahead, but gold wise, the first blood bounty just paid in. Mainly XP wise, cause we got more out of the early camps, especially with the elementals. Now we have 3-man red buff secure, an early gank attempt, great ricochet. Good hold on the slow. That rotation around took a bit of time, but get a clean kill. The rotation to secure that the opponent does not counter rotate did not lose anything, so probably losing here. Elemental's gone, so we have a slight drop down. The kill did not really pay off an auto much except for XP. So we have an early Gold Fury. That's a 3-minute Gold Fury. Hui ult drop down. Circuit protection really early. Will detonate before it's secured. Good body block of the hammer. No, still got the Gold Fury relatively for free. So getting back into it. Sudden's ult is down. So good objective call, basically reverting the early game disadvantage. Getting 2 ultimates, even 3 ultimates down for it could result in some punishment over the course of the game, but all the early stages we didn't saw all too much of here. 3-on-3 grouping middle. They're going over to some items. Just a small note, Lona's Mask is slightly slower stacked on stack bar in most of the matches than on the opposing support. A lot of poke. If Selena's ult was up here, that would be an early kill. Plasma trying to counter, losing a lot of health for it. and beats. So not 100% sure. Yeah, 50 has no ultimate, so could result in a kill, but there's no follow-up. Important item choices for the early game. Jingwei is going for Devour's Gauntlet, so she will stay a lot of in lane. And to stick this up and get her boots finished. Overall form boys, the Gold Fury is basically, it's a nice little XP lead. It should be a level of 2 over the course of the match. At the moment just one level difference, just get nullified, but slight advantage. So the problem with the matchup here overall is that the opposing team will get a lot stronger over the course of the game if they don't get countered, have a high amount of objective damage, and even a decent amount of teamfight damage. CC is not all too high, but on the other hand, yeah, they have a lot of control with Sonana's ult, with Osiris zoning, and then of course Fafnir CC. Jingwei knock up can be really disruptive. So I need you to get the opposing team down early. Early ult. Here actually the boulder comes out slightly too late. The tether is basically resulting in the gank attempt not being successful. The tether basically saved them here. The 10% damage mitigation you got from. Kills get traded, but that wasn't a situation where you probably should have died. Really unfortunate scenario, of course. But nonetheless, it's still a good kill for Cyrus in that situation. We can see it in the graphs. That is basically just was a minor swing. So we got a 1v1 trade. And now Wave gets shot under the tower. We again few minutes lost. Really early counter rotation. Beast to avoid the slow. Good defensive ult. Jump away. The Sonana's dying here for a weird reason. Oh, but he gets a lot of damage. Will be chased down and eventually killed. On the other hand, it's a really far commit. Nice Spirit Ball here. We're getting the counter rotation now. God Fury is down, so outside kills we don't get anything out of here. All Bob's down. So not deciding to go for, you probably can now attack again. No push coming out of it. Terra here should have probably be used to heal your teammates here. If you don't go for the siege, you get another kill, cause Soul really had a great ricochet. But would have been a kill anyway. Soul would get burned here, important. If just one tick, but still is down. So some angry pings of the opposing of Halfnet, I would assume. We get overview on wards. What we have here is a slight early warding advantage. We see it, the warding positions, not the perfect triangle to catch any rotation, but at least any offensive rotation will get spotted here. Soul Side on the other hand gets not warded all too much. Over the course of the game, Cubic does not like to ward. We have here a setup, an ambush situation. Gets spotted. Nemesis is ult over the wall. Thanos ult does a lot of damage. Great self-P here. Gets out of the situation. Or gets finished off, but trading kills in a 2v3 situation. Now Fafnir is out of mana. Double driving strike. The crushing earth is wasted. Good boulder. Double ricochet again. Great play. Now we have the... Now something has to come out of it. Like, as always, God Fury is still down. I forgot the timers. So, you either can rotate... Would be really short and risky to go for God Fury, but like... Orange buff at this point up, it has to be checked. The opposing jungler is down. Just respawn, so... buffs at least have to be checked if we don't have the timers. So, what we got is one mid camp. Jingwei even stealing the small Cyclops. That was a free orange buff steal. If somebody even just takes the 2 steps forward to check it. Now Oracles get secured. It's something, but it's not enough. I grabbed that kill. And now just get completely returned. Again, I'm not sure what that gold spike was. The elementals, of course. But yeah, we dropped here a buff to steal, because winning a team fight is a nice thing, but like, we had that more than once, but you need to get something out of it. And even if it's just 1 or 2 buffs stolen away, that's by itself, it's more XP swing than the kill itself. A bit less gold, but like you're making basically the double amount of gold and XP getting from 1 kill if you get 1 buff stolen away. And you had the power play option. Not the power play, but like the option to go for something. Now, Gold Fury situation, wards have to come down here. Gold Fury was taken once. Taking another Gold Fury will basically bring back any lead we had. XP lead has to be hold. Now we get the ward control. The wards are pretty overlapping. Usually want one. If you don't directly ward, cause your opponent does not, you need to have like a sentry ward here to make sure the spotting wards of Gold Furies being done, cause people rotate in, are blocked. On one scenario, Soul Lane shouldn't come anything out. Just talking the time over. Well, I wanted to make like a highlight replay, but on the other hand, yeah, we had here an ultimate commitment. What basically happened here is that he jumped on Jingwei. Jingwei agilityed out of the knock-up from the Mark of the Golden Crow dive bomb ability combination. Now, Pod Demon gets started. No vision around. But that's the power of the comp. That gets secured. So, especially with like basically 3 hunters, there has to be something to spot it out. Pod Demon gets dropped really early. That's something you could expect. This is still pretty unusual, but Havnet proved that they want to play a lot of around objective and do as much as possible. With overcommitment, 1v1 gets favored. Aquila got basically soloed over a long time there. Not super important. On the other side, also not really important. Here we have a dive. Team fights will be much more informative, and I will drop for them. Wolf gets pressured really far out. He cannot return into the fight. So mid lane tower is in danger. On the side we have Jingwei around Gold Fury with Oracles being dropped. So opposing team deciding not to go for tower, pulling Gold Fury instead. You saw them going into Gold Fury, so you cannot have somebody taking so long. Gold Fury basically gets gone away for free. So second objective gone within 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes, basically for free. Too late to be spotted around. There has to be a ward here. The same ward you have to counter ward at that spot. It needs to be here for the other side as well. On the other hand, structure damage, the towers will fall from near future. And that's basically the main strength of this comp. We have a lot of structure damage and overall damage opportunity. Currently not too much, but getting a lot of push through. What we have built was the basically only counter item that get built the whole game against for basic attackers: Hide of the Nemean Lion, no Witchblade, no Runic Shield. Once of 2 would already make a big impact even early. I said that in the game directly, but I will say it again. like a wing blade at a second slot, third slot, would have be a hard game breaker, especially with the opposing team not opting for Sugarman's Kusari in the game at all. Getting all 4 basic attacker, 15% attack speed reduced, and physical power, which also reduces the damage Fafnir Curse will do. It gives a lot of options. So another item choice I have to speak about is Warlock Sash. Warlock Sash is good for endgame. On the other hand, the opposing team is wanting to get endgame. So farming for endgame, probably Pressure should be the name of the game. Also with like Imperial Helmet being started, Dynasty Plate Helm probably should be built with that physical heavy comp. I'm not a big fan of Dynasty Plate Helm, but against like Double Hunter, you have to expect a lot of it. So Circle drop defensively to block the tower. So we're getting here an early kill. So what we have, I picture the situation. We have solo lanes and solo lane. Cyrus will rotate, but will take a while. Circle Retraction was dropped to get the wave cleared, to stop the push. Aquila coming in, basically unspotted, gets the surprise gank attempt, will be spotted earliest here, or his ability, so they probably know he will come, but they don't know if he jumps over the wall, comes from behind, front or behind. So we have a flank of a hunter who can jump away from the fight if he has to. The tower will fall, like, you use your Circle of Protection to delay it, to get the rotation done. That's fine, but you have 3 hunter and now Fafnir who will all-curse these, and that tower's gone. We have nobody who's able to tank it. You don't have any attack speed reduction to counter them. Of course, at that position, Witchblade wouldn't do anything, but on the other hand, what will happen, I will roll it now from here, we get the push to stop, because Hui rotates in, forces the team back, so Fafnir goes in at the same time, so Fafnir wastes his escape, he will die here. You have the opposing team completely distracted with Hui, so you have the perfect situation in this fight. You will get a guaranteed kill. There's no way you can hold the tower, Fafnir won't escape here at all. You get return damage, get out. At that point, we have 1 player in the front who cannot tank at all, because there's no counter to the hunters. Plasma gets some backups, that's fine. They won't do much more. Cyrus coming in now from the rotation. We have another situation here. We have 4. Let's where's it? Here's it. So both teams are pretty poked out. On the other hand, the HP bars are around the same and Fafnir is dead. The tank is dead. So all these players are less than 1k HP. So we have like 600 on Isis, 500 on Snack Bar, Aquila has 700, Plasmas on 350. You have 1 player who has enough HP to tank anything. The opposing teams have all a lot of HP except for Jingwei. More than the whole team. That tower's gone. You got the 1 kill on the support. And if you had some HP left, try to regroup under tier 2 tower, get healing. Or we do what we can see then here happening. Getting the double driving strike, getting the 3-man boulder, basically sacrificing your support, trading support for support. Getting 1 kill on Soul. Towers down. Now they will try to retreat here. And now what usually happens when we have a retreat, we have in this time no direct chase, but we're losing another player here for the tower. We had that attempt, it wasn't horrible, but people stay around. Wolp is forced out again. Not a great fight. the tower was gone anyway. You had the great flank opportunity and the great play opportunity to here, but you didn't have the time to stay and like taking having Snack just dying here. It's okay, but on the other hand, like having a Terra here under the tier 2 tower grouping up there were probably the best call to make sure the opponent just back off, maybe losing a red buff out of it instead of your support. Could have been much worse, obviously, but now we have opposing team Hafnet just they got back from base and doing another Portal Demon. Now we have the engagement pair again used. Cubic zoning on himself really far out. He gets a lot of damage dealt to him. So we're having a full commit of Portal Demon. Osiris coming from the back. That should be, if I remember correctly, a spear. Yeah. So Circle of Protection is popped early here. Don't think it was like max duration. So Osiris gets in, gets the Portal Stone. The opposing team used a lot, like 2 ultimates alone on Cubic. Hercules here. And we probably could have taken the fight, getting the objective. Okay. In the end, we don't get the objective. The opposing team has a Portal Demon, so if they want, Canonis will back and will regain with full health. Nemold comes out now. Snackbar will die again. Tries to see its heal down, but won't heal anybody. Scrim and Curse. The border gets aged out, or just hits 2 people. But now the damage gets dealt after the fight. Really spread out. That driving strike is dangerous, though. You're putting an opponent into your team. But with much HP. Another great ultimate by Killer. Good double ricochet, getting 1 return kill. Now Hafnet overextended, and they get to pay the price, but who's back? So we get over here. So we had a team fight. We had an opposing team. We had like that fight in middle. We get back off. We're losing our support. Okay, opposing team is backing immediately. Walk over to the Portal Demon. Gets interrupted. The team decides to not go for the fight. Gets the Portal Demon. Hercules tanks all the damage. That's fine. Portal Demon that gets not secured correctly at all. And we have now a fight. The opposing team is overextending. Hoi, a killer, gets a great gank, gets 1 counter kill, and now Canonis with his with full HP is back, and we have a split. So we have 2 full or close to full HP targets, 1 half HP Jingwei with a pretty high level, a full HP Canonis on the right flank. Warp dealing alone with Canonis here. He won't make it, especially with ultimate down, and he has not much damage there. Cubic basically used everything he had. He still has full mana, but he is really low, and Hercules cannot really regen much health if he has no to begin with. Plasma has some okay HP film. The only one healthy enough to fight this is a killer here. So we'll see how that goes. So Cubic has to back off. 3 people go back off. Aquila is still somewhat in front and tries to fight here. So we're seeing that 1 cannon is coming back in. Basically zoned out 3 people, split up the team. Getting some damage. There has to be a back off immediately. So going back to reduce the walls here. So we have a fight. The whole team is poked out low. So what we expect here, with like a Fafnir and 3 hunters, that this tower is gonna be destroyed really fast. Especially with melee range minis being... So a killer with fast passing has to use his Aegis to get out. 2 players back, they have to. Now we have a 2v4 situation with 2 players being half. Cubic has to use teleport here to get back into it. But the complete fight since mid tower was a back and forth fight, yes, but the results are always positive for Hafnet here. So we're getting our 4v4. They're backing off, a smart choice to do, but on the other hand, they force the teleport here. They're getting even the orange buff, they get the Portal Demon, given it's a steal, they got the mid tier 1 tower. They traded even in kills over the engagement, or if not, just 1 kill difference. Get it to the graphs. It's not a big deal, but on the other hand, we lost a lot, and we lost especially time. That whole engagement from the tower, that's the tower to here. As a whole fight, all just time and XP gained for Hafnet to get into endgame. And for me, it begin and fall with the tier 1 tower, and even then it's just in close to be an even trade, with just the slightest bit of disadvantage. So we'll continue here. There come more fights. Obviously there have to be more fights. We get the kill advantage, but obviously we got 2 objectives sneaked away. We lost 1 Portal Demon to a steal, which is unfortunate, of course. Great 3-man Spirit Ball and no possible follow-up. Now we're getting a really close contention. Barely gets secured by Stellar Burst. So we have another situation. The Gold Fury got away really unfortunately. It was close to be a steal that could go either way. That's like probably 50-50 steal opportunity, maybe even 60-40 for the invading squad. So we had this huge 3-man Spirit Ball who basically could have won us the fight if there was an immediate option for an engage, but Hercules is too far behind. Not sure about the Terra ult being too late here. But the engage was obviously on the Gold Furies. Our central CC or damage is lacking because Isis is behind the wall. The opposing team was all in committed. Now Jingwei is going out. Suns come down too late. It's however good zoning too. The front line will be isolated. However, what we have in the backline here is a mage and a low level support. Getting it run over. Mage will do damage. They failed to realize it early enough where the damage is coming from. Out of damage. Using the Circle of Protection here offensively to get the 1 kill. Now the border comes out in a great line. However, flows over the Osiris. Now comes the Nemesis ult on the Osiris with full stack passive. Border will just hit 1. Snackbug gets catapulted out of the range of his teammates by 1 more good knock up ability. Fails slightly to place the wall in place. Don't get this done. Also, you're really far behind. You cannot be that aggressive, especially with not all too much at the moment. Osiris gets a 2-man ultimate in place. Fafnir gets the disengage, also stuns down Cubic with Hercules here. And we have another weird scenario. We have Osiris Nemesis ulted. Will probably sacrifice himself, he uses escape. But we have all our 3 damage dealers here on Osiris, and our front line is still going forward. Cubic gets a shot here and slowed. Gets the driving strike on Jingwei. Osiris gets down, but he spent enough of time so Jingwei shouldn't be in danger anymore. And the team did not stay together. We get 1 return kill or 2 return kills for Gold Fury, so not horrible, but still like could be better. Now this has to be a tower push, and this has to be a successful push. So we're getting finally some Terra healing, which probably could have been done earlier, more often. On the other hand, of course, the monolith is used to do not damage, but to reduce the opponent. So we're getting tier 1 tower, and now we have. We probably can say it's the game deciding play here. We have the commit on on the tier 2 tower, with Soul coming back into it. One player's backing out, what's going on here? He has a speed buff, however. So the push opportunity is to go 5. We force it scenario here. With we going gold in hand. With our team having what's that? Like we have 3k, another 4k, so 7. We have nearly 8.5k gold in hand. So even though the graph showing us we're 2.5k gold behind, at that point, with like reducing that we are actually like not 2.5k gold ahead behind, at that point we are about 8k gold behind. Just in pure items. So that play here is a really risky play. You're far behind, much farther than your stats will show. Not that will show you nothing. We're really long out there. You want to have the power play option. So you have 2 high level players. Snackbar is really low in level, also half in health. Your damage carries, except for Aquila, are relatively far behind. Also, what we're lacking, we don't have an Isis yet with fully stacked Warlock Sash. So we're lacking like probably 50 to 100 damage with more items done. With Isis getting 1.5k, we probably will get like 40 power out of it. To calculate, and we have a killer with 1 and 8, a 1.8k. He's okay, but he will have his either chin size or executioner finished, so more player damage. Snackbar is close to hitting level 12, so he gets his second team fighting relic, which could be a girdle at that point. With a girdle, for example, here, that push could look differently. On the other hand, we have like our opponents starting off with their 4th or 5th item even. We have that weird double tier 2 item for the Fafnir support, but we have like Osiris starting his next big item. So, well, they have double starter, yes, so they have 3.5 items now finished. On the other hand, we have at maximum 3 finished. 2.5, 3 items with 1 filler item, so 2.5. We have fighting into a massive disadvantage. Relic-wise, all ages are up. On our side, all beats are up. So I don't want to delay it much further. But keep in mind that this fight you're fighting with like 8k gold behind in pockets. Because you have all your gold in pockets at that point. So we have that engaged, the Spirit Ball being placed great. Fafnir should die here. Gets another curse out to buff himself. Nemesis reflecting a lot. Getting the kill, even a pull on Jingwei should agility out. So we have the Terra, the Soul Ultimate. We in the air, so team backing off. Now, going again on the tower, teleport comes in. Osiris will be back with full HP. Jingwei knock up, basically going in on herself. Gets the kill, Warp still level 14 against level 17, so rank 4 ultimate. If nothing is wrong. So missiles here. It has to be a straight engage. You already lost 1 player. You have like still a shit ton of gold in hand. Jingwei will chase here even further. Could slow around, but now walking really a long way away. On that point, with that kind of gold disadvantage, even though on one player disadvantage, or even player even, you cannot really try to hold it. So you're getting Osiris, who's using Tether, has Mystic Email, so a lot of damage dealt. Hui using his escape here. A late ultimate won't result in much, getting 2 ticks of damage off. 3 on Osiris. Still stealing away buffs, so you even get like a kinda hold. But like that same play with like all the gold you had, that's a kill. That's a kill. You probably wouldn't have gone away from the tower. Gets the power push, but you got the tier 1 tower, so that was a win. Pushing the second issue, Jingwei is super far ahead. Gets stunned, get her beats down, so she's in a great position for herself. Gets the double knock up. It really did out. On the other hand, we have Plasma still chasing, getting the Osiris kill. We're returning even, but now Explosive Bolts claiming the first victim. Jingwei is in a comfortable position, has a Devour's Gauntlet, has Fatalis, has Executioner, has even additional crit. Is level 18, and we're missing still, like, we're close to having 10k gold in hand. Akila juking one shot, but missing the other 2. Driving strike into the tower of the Fafnir is probably not. The Thunder's hitting, but Jingwei is going further in. Basic attack misses from both. Now the body block, that should be a crit, but it doesn't really matter. Even if it's a lucky 5% crit, the next basic would have killed anyway. So now we have a close to clean up, we have a counter rotation, so we have that. But still all this happened with a lot of gold down. Same situation with this equal amount of gold, or all the gold you had. You have your opponents overchasing, so they're doing another small misplay. But in forcing that fight, at that point here, the tier 1 tower was fine, the tier 2 tower was not. You have to keep in mind what gold in hand means. Your leads you have here are not always the leads you are shown. I know I'm really drawing it out here, but I am not in the mood to do a lot of cutting, so it will be a bit longer. But again, it's like a situation where you guys did a lot better than you probably should have done based on the situation, but in the end it's just like an even trade, and even trades just favor the opposing team here with the high band game comp that does not get countered at all. Another Polydemon is done. We're going one more time back towards this extremely long engagement fights, resulting in you guys not warding. Like, we had a really bad lag on wards. Of course, the opponent were most of the time in vision range. But on the other hand, we have like minute-long fights, and these shouldn't happen. With Polydemon being done, we have the opposing team option to rotate multiple times. You obviously have a lot of options. A killer will get chased out here. A lot of damage dealt. Jump is down. Terror ult barely saves him. Maybe a bit late, but better late than never. Without the Terror ult, a killer would have been dead. But losing a big team fight ultimate, not the greatest position to be in, of course. And we have 6k advantage, but that does not look like a 6k advantage. XP is even though, and with more level 20s on the board, it's still a relatively even game. That teleport, really optimistic, maybe to get something, but on the other hand we have Soul and Canonas, plus Fafnir. Spirit Bowl slightly off the mark. Got the play opportunity here. So we get another situation. We have that tier 1 towers down, so we lost another objective, another tower down. We're losing the objective game here overall. Both defenses and sieges did not go all too well. We will now have like super spread teams, but Hafnet have two really strong backup gods coming in on level 17 and level 18. Excuse me. So we have our 4 players, Cubic in the jungle, so he's looking to cut off the escape path. We're getting the kill, or Aegis will delay it. Weird choice for an Hui ultimate here. Basically wasted at that point. So now the team is grouped. 2-man driving strike, because you can use it, it does not always mean you have to use your CC. There is not really an option to follow it up. You don't peel for your opponents, you're basically just pushing the carries away from the team. But at that point, the move is forward. We have a 3-man knock up into a 2-man Fafnir ult, how it looks like. Which is not the biggest deal, but it's still dot damage. Now we have Osiris engaging. Not just hitting one. Another picture for a team fight. So we had that disengage from Plasma into the lane. The opposing team was grouping away, their Osiris doing a 1-man engage. Their support is try to get closer to his carries who were pushed away from the team fight before from Cubic. So we lost our opportunity to burn down the carries. Now Fafnir gets in a 2-man jump. Another great ricochet here. Getting the attack, but gets chunked by a Willish. Now the double stun from Tether. Cubic trying to fight with... So we have another grouping here. Oh, we have Jingwei in our backline, who is pretty safe. She's the highest level currently in the game with. She has like a rage finish, so if you get kills and assists, she's fine. She would just get stronger. Unless she is hitting a Plasma with Nemesis or Hercules Cubic, she does not get really any punishment, and look who's around her. Aquila with Hui and Snagba support here. The Plasma here with Nemesis, who has the height of the Nemo line, fighting Soul, who's mainly using abilities at that point. And who's in the front line? It's Rope with Isis trying to get the chase down kill, or like the last bit of damage gets blocked by the Fafnir for great reason. So what basically went wrong here is that the opposing team is all over the place. So if we have like two groupings, we can get 2 kills here, 2 isolated kills, probably don't lose anybody for it. Getting a free Goat Fury, can return to base probably. Not even, but could try to get mid tower. So with a time fight spread, even if we should get all the kills for some miracle, even if you're behind, at that point we're not far behind like we were before. But if we for some miracle with this compilation get all the kills, we get a Gold Fury, and maybe the tower cause will take a really long time. With like having 2 groups who take down 2 different targets at the same time and let the other one escape, we have like a lot of kills opportunity. So Jingwei gets all rotated over, 4 people rotating for her. She gets the ultimate off, returns some damage, and gets out. So no kill option, and the team disengages basically after losing 1 but getting the tower again. And overall keeping their map pressure, so we're trading some buffs. Which is fine, now we're starting up Gold Fury. But a few players never really went low, so we're risking a lot here. Especially with Soul still being up. A spectator glitch probably should be here Ice is almost down, yeah, spectator glitch is sitting home. So God Fury gets dropped. We picturing another team fight just for the fun of it. Just to have you guys some impression about what your team's positioning is. So we're back. The front line and Snack Bar and Plasma is backing off. Cubic is zoning in front. Aquila staying in the middle of the fight. This time Warp is in the back line, trying to get some artillery fire within the Terra here for that point. The opposing team again has her front line in the front this time, and their back line in the back line. They're playing with a player down. They have a slight lead, but you have two players who are low, so we're getting the teamfight screen. Spirit Ball will hit just nobody. Cubic gets poked, hit pretty hard by Jingwei, probably critted once or twice. Thorns comes a bit late. So auto zoning potentially here. Don't get auto much. Another ricochet hitting. Now 3 people are low. 1 is poked out. And our assassin is still not in the fight at that point. Osiris doing the whole zoning work, having 4 men in tether, now still 3. His team is really far back, but now you guys have to back off. And the team did not even commit to it. And we have another split of the team. Sure, it was tether. So now they have a free angle to Gold Fury. Unless you can steal it, you shouldn't contest it even. You have to. The Terra here is played offensively for some reason. If anything, it should stand here to hear your teammates. But we'll see. So we're getting mid clear. The Gold Fury got dropped. But you still have to be careful. You probably could have dropped the Gold Fury there. That lead is not as important as winning the game. Overall, still, you guys don't get really punished for slight mistakes. You don't get taken anything away you could have, or all the things away you probably should lost over the time of the match. But we're getting back to Ward. Ward's still looking horrible. Getting over to Fire Drain. They're pulling it. There's nothing they really lose with it. Oh, and now they can continue. Everybody has to back late, so we're getting now in. Nemesis target in this case, again, Nemesis target is usually meant to focus somebody down with. So getting one target low on protection so you can burn it. In that case, it looks more like you're trying to get the fire giant to do like the massive magma blast damage. If you chase that, you're going to die. Cubic is the only one who has a real steal potential. You probably want to zone it off because your team will be late to the party. If you let them have like 3 more seconds at fire giants, they will get it. So how is that? That's basically few seconds. They get the fire giant. Still another close one. But now the Nemesis ult basically just hit Canonis once. Now Frontline comes in. Aquila is late to the party. Plasma is backing out now. His ultimate is down. Wolp is trying to get some damage done. Snackbar in the thick of battle, so Frontline is working here in that scenario. Team Halfnet got what they wanted here, so that's the game deciding play of the game, yeah, to speak. And we now have our Nemesis ult down. We have the Terra already down, so no more healing. Getting some damage out. Hercules gets his heal back. The meditation is pretty huge. Getting the overall damage, the boulder bugging through. Actually, that's unfortunate. And a funny little bug, but that's something else. That's an unfortunate thing. Now the suns get placed. Probably late. They don't want to engage at that point. They would fare with their... We getting out of the range of the opponents, and once they step into our range, we will kill them. So Fafnir will can jump out here. We have the grab attempt. He gets his curse out, so Fafnir did his due. Good kill opportunity here. So we're getting the one kill. On the other hand, curse was already used on 3 gods. So Fafnir did basically his work. They got Fire Giant. It's a 4v5 situation. And now we're getting over here. I have to drop the walls again. Warp used the time to sneak upon the opponent, so now has to... If you guys want to make the play, this has to be the situation to make it. If that Spirit Ball hit home, there has to be an all-in commitment to somehow return the game. So hitting 3 people with Stellar Burst, chunking the team. Now 1 low HP target is in range. A Spirit Ball hits too early, so you have the attempt of Warp to get the huge Spirit Ball kill. On the other hand, you have one Jingwei who still has her ultimate. She is really hard to kill at that point with all the lockdown. So that one low HP Jingwei basically ruins the whole plan of Rope here. So either the team has to stay together and get the one kill, one Spirit Ball or whatever to kill Jingwei here, or get the opportunity and kill Soul here. So energy is wasted, and even Aquila will jump on Jingwei here, while your mage is trying to get the massive play in the backline. We're running that on low speed. So Aquila is using his escape. Even the like a lot. So team is tunnel visioning now on Jingwei, who will get out. She probably will get back into the fight if she wants to. She has her passive, so she will be back in. On the other hand, you have your mage half-lifing 2 opponents, getting the ages of one opponent, and here it all ends. Because you have 2 different targets. Whatever the plan was right, if you have your mage over, you can kill Jingwei, you have 1 major damage first gun. Or you kill, like, these guys. That plan wasn't bad from Bulb to flank, but then there has to be a commitment. Jingwei ults out anyway, so if you get her, even then the whole engage of Wolp is dead, and he will just get chunked down by the hunters. The front line is already damaged, so you either have that power play, or you disengage. So Cornelius is dashing over. Wolp is now really far on the front line. Cubic is going over to help. Plasma will chase the kill out, so if he can do it, Jingwei is faster than him. So breaking now apart. So at that point, he decides to join the team fight again. Cornelius is already really far out, so used her ages, and has no beats left. Got chunked by the Spirit Ball, but cannot be finished off here, cause again. So you use basically all energy on 2 different targets, and 3 to say it even. Probably the result of bad team communication or call. We have another. Now the aggro drops to the only target possible left to kill at that point, which is Osiris. And to be really fair, Osiris is pretty fine to do so. And he is not even guaranteed to die, cause you have 2 players now on the different targets. It's a horrible split, I would say. Now we have another Spirit Ball. Great damage again, but nobody near to capitalize on it. And he will end it. Now, at that point, we lost Fire Giant. We got 1 kill in return. We dropped a lot of kills. If we have at that line, have a retreat or getting the tier 1 tower and backing off now, we have the chance to try to return the game and may win it even. But I mean, I basically can just run the pictures for themselves. Warp now gets killed for his chase down. Snackman and Plasma were doing the tier 1 tower at that point. Another commit on the Osiris now is just dead. A killer gets chunked down. No matter where he will jump, he is dead. At least he has to be forced out. Now Snackbar coming back in to try to save what he can save. He won't be able to do so. Losing 2 players, and from now I just can run it. I mean, I don't probably have to say anything more about it. Getting the finish off, and the rest is history. Yeah, I mean, we had a lot of fights in that game. I just run it out here. We had a lot of fights in that overall match where really back and forth we get the better end in kills. But to be really fair, we didn't lose to Elite. We lost to objective control, yes. We probably should have had Elite against them. We probably should have countered them, especially with no Sugar and Skazari on that team. Which is a pretty miracle for them to win that without... but they could have... Hafnet could have played it much more clean. But in the end, you guys just gifted them the victory, and at that Fire Giant, you got unlucky. You had like 2 really close objective secures still, but in the end, the lead didn't matter. The one play at the tier 2 tower matter, where you guys basically were like 8k gold behind, or even more, and while being close to being even at total gold values, and that's something that shouldn't happen, like for real. Another thing is warding. You have to place more wards and probably avoid getting these infinite sustained engages, even especially against non-healing comps. We see it here. Terra healing probably could have used a bit more over the course of the game again. Snackbar didn't ward for the last, what was it, like 8 minutes of the game. Didn't place the single ward. The whole team basically didn't ward at all at the end. It was really back and forth, even fights, which could have been probably all be won, or didn't executed more professional, I would say. But you didn't really lose to the team comp of the opponent. You didn't really lose the draft. You didn't counterplay the opponent, and then you just basically messed up your own gameplay. However, I know that was a really long, and it will be like probably the longest video I ever done. But on the other hand, that game was really important, and like there were a lot of mistakes we have to go through over time and have to fix. If you guys ever want to make it to at least Challenger Cup level, you cannot make these mistakes. They are absolutely not the way to go, and I hope we don't ever see them again. But till then, we will get a lot through more material in the next couple of weeks, and I hope you to see you around in the next game.